a pre-eclipse clearing astral alignment because of the new moon that starts on the 17th of February, which is a solar eclipse. A life constellation is a visual mapping practice, and we will be placing everything that's happening in our life, people, experiences, patterns outside of our mind onto the page, and then we going to deep externalizing and gain perspective. So as usually what we start with, just setting the space where you are, and then having a few moments just to ground ourselves into whatever is present for us, whatever is happening for us, and the most important is to align, what's been happening for you this week, how are you feeling, and also important part is to breathe out. So as we are in the phase of dark moon, which is the last days of the moon, it's good to breathe out everything that's happening without blaming ourselves, without explanations, but just to breathe out. So I would like to start with a deep grounding exercise first, and then we'll go into the practice. So if you can place both feet on the floor and feel the chair that is holding you, putting one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly, and we'll start with your breath. Breathing in and breathing out, and just noticing the temperature in the room, the body feeling, how does it feel today, without fixing, just witnessing whatever is present. So if you feel comfortable to close your eyes and take 5 deep breaths through your nose, hold the breath for 4 counts, breathe out, exhaling for 8 counts. So breathing in, hold, breathe out. So we'll do that 5 rounds. So breathing in, hold, breathe out. 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 And arrive with the presence. Take a stretch and just feel whatever is happening in your body, whatever is happening in your awareness, in your presence. Just sit in that space and close your eyes if possible. And we'll go into simple guided visualization to start with wherever you are at the moment. Continue with a slow breath, feeling into your chair, your body, the weight of your body. Anything that comes up for you in your shoulders, just breathe through that. And imagine yourself as the center of everything in space. Imagine yourself as a center of a spiral constellation. You are the star of the center. You're the sun of the system. And around you there is a lot of planets, asteroids, stars, anything that comes up for you. And just sit into that presence of being the center of everything that evolves around you. You are the rings of light. And just pause there and then feel in being the center of your own universe, your own galaxy of existence. Noticing there's planets around you, there's asteroids, there's a lot of constellations and things happening, but you are that shining star, the sun, that is shining everything around yourself. And just sit in that presence. And observe what is happening around for you. And taking that presence with you, slowly open your eyes. And today we're exploring that solar system constellation where you are the center of your existence. Your constellation does not have to be anything particular. It's whatever came up for you today. And the center of the system is you. The sun does not chase. The sun doesn't go around the orbit. The sun radiates. It's a huge energy system that everything else moves in relationship to it. So today we are exploring our relationship, our patterns, and constellations could be human, could be people important in your life. The planets could be the archetypes of things that happens around you. And we will go through the navigation and the meaning. In the same way, your life events may seem random, but when we zoom out, we reveal the whole universe of the patterns. And that's the atlas. So from the ancient Babylonia, to Ptolemy, stars atlas. Humans have always searched for sky, to find the meaning in the sky, in the stars. Not because the stars control us, but because they are there to guide us. And we always want to understand our place in that whole. So placing yourself as the center of your own universe, you inverse, we go into your own life constellation. And then today we will map out your planets around you. So how we're going to do that, I would like to for you to have a piece of paper. If you have, so I have this book today with me just to visually present some of the planets and how they look as an archetypes, and then we will create your own solar system today, or star constellation. And if you look at some of the images that I just want to present here, it's basically like our reflection of our world, our life, how there's so many things happening, and without the sun, without your ability to shine on it, it doesn't exist. So if you have any questions, please feel free to chat and message here, but then we will go into the practice. So if you start with taking one color for the center, which is you, And it could be pastels, it could be pencils, it could be clay, whatever you feel like, and start creating the center, which could be represented as a sun, that is you, or if you feel like any other way of receiving yourself. And this will be a recording, so you can always come back to that on the portal and review and adapt. So we start with creating the center that is you. So you can select, how does it represent? How do you represent yourself in that solar system of yours? You can write the name inside, or ask yourself at this stage, what is my core light? What is the quality that radiates from me naturally? What do I shine without effort? And you can write it down and just focus on that beautiful radiation, sun energy, the light energy that is the center of everything, that everything evolves around. And as you go to the next one, just slowly breathe into that sun and feel the presence of yourself, of your existence, of your perception of your universe. So I'll just show you the images of the sun here. Whatever it comes up for you, but that radiation and that core and that energy of the light and warmth where life exists. And that's what we're going to represent today, is your galaxy, your solar system. So the first closest orbit we will go to, and think of the closest orbit to you is the moon, and think of a person, an emotion, something that moves you with your tides, someone who reflects you, who mirrors your emotion, and pause and name them. What do they represent? What do they awaken in you? So the moon is not a planet, it reflects the light. It does not produce its own light, but it is influenced by you, and you are influenced by it. So think of anything that in your life is your reflection. It could be a person, it could be a place, it could be somewhere that comes up for you in that moment where you can mirror yourself, see your reflection. And if you have any questions, just message in the chat as we go along. So the questions is, who in your life reflects you? Who mirrors you? Who mirrors your emotions? That moves the tides like the waves, and name them for yourself. So next one, we are going into the Mercury, and Mercury is a planet of a messenger. What is usually brings you messages, news, ideas, movement in you? Who plays that role in your life? The stimulation of the mind, the messages from the divine, the messages from the universe. That's something that shifts your direction. And think, what could it be that represents that energy in your life? The energy of the Gemini, the energy of the Mercury. So that's the image of the Mercury. So place that against in your solar system wherever it feels right for you. And select the color for that energy of the lesson that it carries for you, something that shifts the directions within you, that gives you perspective into make an action and move. And we'll move through slowly, so there's not much, it is intuitive, so there's not much reflection on it at the moment. It should come as intuitively, and then you can go deeply into each of the planets. So that's why I'm moving faster, so you can actually intuitively name this as intuitively it comes up for you. So next one, we're going into Venus, the love and value. So drew the Venus, and as we all know, Venus represents love, beauty, values, attraction. It could be a person, it could be art, it could be a healing space, it could be a relationship that pleasure you, that makes you feel loved and valued and beautiful. And think of what represents Venus in your life. What part of you that soften you into that feminine attraction and feminine value driven beautiful energy. So place that on your solar system, and then we're moving into Mars. So Mars is a masculine. So now the masculine is action, courage. It could be conflict. It could be that part that you have in your body that activates you, that challenges you, that drives you, that warrior instinct. And that could be a person. It could be something in your life that activates that. It could be a value that you drive through you, that comes up to bring that warrior energy into you. It could be a conflict, but it also could be very strong, courageous desires. And notice that sensation in your body and place it on your solar system around you. And think, is Mars healthy for your system, or is it a reactive energy? So I hope you follow along as we move. So draw the Mars, the Martian masculine within your solar system. And then we are going into very big Jupiter. Jupiter is giant. It reflects on expansion, the scaling up, the growth. It expands anything that it touches. So who is your Jupiter that expands you? Who sees your potential bigger than you see it? And can grow and bring that energy of growth within you. So you can draw that Jupiter on your solar constellation and think of that growth in your presence. It has a lot of storms, but it's so great and gigantic that starts the expansion in your life, that brings and pushes you to enter new potential that bigger than you are. So think of that energy in your life and place it on your chart, on your solar system. And then we move. So let's sit with that, pause, feel into that Jupiter energy. It is a beautiful energy when we connect to that. And now we're going into the next planet, the Saturn. So Saturn is all about structure, karma, discipline. So Saturn creates boundaries, responsibility, karmic lessons, governance. It could be a parent, a teacher, a system, a structure that you have in your life. So for me in my life, it is my parents, because both of my parents are Capricorns. They hold very strong Saturn energy. So what it is for you, that planet brings you into maturity, into adulthood, and demands from you to be responsible, accountable. So think of all these words and place Saturn on your chart, on your solar system, on your universe, and just connect to that energy. Where does it feel in your body? That great energy of governance is something that creates a structure. Is it comfortable for you? If it's discomfortable for you, just sit with that energy and place it on your solar system. So now we're going into this beautiful planet, the next planet, Uranus. Uranus is the pattern breaker, the disruptor. So it's that beautiful little blue planet that awakens everything suddenly, that it changes and flips, and breaks everything that feels constant and structured in your life. So is there a person that exists like that in your life? Is there place, events that happens that holds the energy for you? And place it on your solar system. Uranus always breaks all the patterns. It disrupts and opens up new things that were not part of your reality. If you know more about this planet, it was not discovered for a long time, so it's only recently that we actually have that planet. So that's the energy of Uranus, and just think about what it is in your life. How does it appear? And just draw it in the way that it appears on your solar system. Okay, so now we're going into our ninth planet, which is Neptune. So Neptune dissolves all the boundaries. It's a planet of dreams, illusions, spirituality, imagination, the flow, the medicine. So think of what it is or who is that in your person that holds that energy of Neptune. It is a cloud-like ability to enter new alter states, go into the dream world, be the dreamer. Is there anyone that you have in your life that represents that, or is there anything that you place that you go that gives you that energy? And then just connect to that energy of the Neptune. And now we're moving into the planet Pluto. Pluto is very beautifully described by the Pluto character, the dog. But the planet Pluto is all about transformation. It's the shedding and becoming. It's the planet that takes you and reshapes you into new forms. It's the trickster. It's the planet that feels like a phoenix reborn. So that energy of becoming something new, but going through pain or through transformation. And there could be a person in your life that always breaks you apart and then you have to rebuild, or there would be a space that you come that always has that energy of Pluto of transformation for you. It could be an memory events that come up for you that has that energy of, it is the smallest planet, but it has a very strong energy of transformation. So just if you can place it in your solar system. And so now you have an overview of all these planets that came into the existence. And this is a beautiful time when we can go in and reflect and pause. So now, if you can notice the overall structure of your solar system creation. So because I was running into it quickly, so it is more intuitive, and you placed it based on, you know, your intuition without scaling or having time to actually analytically design your system. So this is how we're going to look at it now. We're going to look at the who is very close, who pulls strongly on you. So let's look at you as being the sun, the center of your universe, and then go planet by planet and notice where are you shining in your solar system, who is the very close to you, who pulls strongly on you. And just coming into that space, just point out if anyone wants to share what came up for them, if there's anything that is unusual that came through, you can join and share your vision, what came up. But now if you look at the full constellation of your life with archetypes as a planetary, where you have the ability to make decisions and point out the people that came up for you for this energy, the people that are not there. So now we will go into your own planet creation and add everything that you feel that should have been part of your solar system. So by this I mean you can create your own dwarf planets, asteroids, small stars that represents your colleagues, your past lovers, your memories, anything that is part of your system that should be there. And I allow you to have 5 minutes to go through your solar system and notice what is there that your universe is shining with your sun in the middle. Yes, and if you have any message questions, just feel free to ask them directly. But go through into this reflection of what is your solar system looks like. And as you do that, I will just talk a little bit about the new moon and fire horse year. So this is the process where you can align what should be present in your life by your choice, and by using colors and shapes. As you can do an asteroid or a star, and you can name it and put a name on it. What does it represent for you? How big do you want your universe to be? How many objects do you want to be there? The planets, the movement. So if you're watching recording, you can pause here and go into 20 to 30 minutes of exploration of this process. As we're watching live, we'll talk a little bit about the entering the new moon and why we're doing this practice. So as today we are 3 days before entering the new year of the fire horse, this practice is about focusing and prioritizing. Everything that exists in your life is a projection of your sun. The sun only shines of what it wants to shine and appear in the sky. So that your sun, your solar system, is everything that you decide and acknowledge and accept. As we enter this new moon and we enter the fire horse, you are not rearranging the universe, you are creating it with your own hands. The sun does not ask for light, the sun shines. So without the sun there's no moon, there's no reflection, there's no warmth, there's no growth. So you are the source of that light in your system, and everything in your universe should be conscious of existence. So what I mean is anything in your universe should have your awareness of it. If it's there without your awareness, it should not be existing. The sun should not shine on it, and it's up to you to decide it. So if you can imagine the fire horse just running wildly through the year with crazy speed, as a fire just burning through everything, and that energy of burning and fast and speed comes back to this solar system that you create. So if you don't want to be burned out by that fire horse, burned out by that energy of destruction and comfort of being the energy, the activation, the fire, and the speed of it, you should know what's in your universe, what's in your system that you should shine on. So be conscious of everything that exists, so the fire horse doesn't burn you. because you become the creator of the light, you become the creator of the fire, and you reflect on the moon, on anything that you want to be reflecting on with your light.
Recording in progress.
So you are that energy of the fire horse, and you are driving the horse into this year. So see, how do you want to be in control? How do you want to be the creator? So you make a choice on what's the core for you, what are you deliberately shining on, and where you leaking the light. Let the sun decide on the direction it takes. So this is the energy of the fire horse, where if you are not in understanding of your universe, not arranging your universe and what exists in your solar system, the fire horse can just speed up and burn everything across. So I would like you to sit with the understanding that the sun and all the planets and all the existence of your life constellation at the moment is your creation, and has a awareness of every direction it shines. So the core questions is not leaking light unconsciously and shining deliberately. So if you can circle some of the planets that supports your values, some of the planets that nourishes you, and draw a boundary around what drains you. And the purpose of this exercise is not to remove people or places or events that drains you, but to understand your universe and consciously choose where do you want to shine and what needs to be taken off. So just coming back to that you are the center, and we can close with a short visualization meditation. So if you can close your eyes and take a deep breath in and feel yourself with that golden light of the sun, where you the center of your universe, your constellation, your solar system. Everything exists around you because you radiate that energy. And think of everything that you see around you, the sun, everything that evolves and turns around and eclipses and moves because of your existence. And just notice, you can go 360 in your visualization and just notice all the planets, all the people, all the events, all the memories that you want to bring light to. And then place your hand over your heart and just feel that when the sun wants to shine and radiate and be the magnet that attracts, and that beautiful warmth of the sun that is you. You're not the roles, you're not in survival, you are the massive giant energy system that exists and radiates, and then everything exists around you. And you are in control to shine. You are deciding and making decision of which planet do you want to shine more and which should go into darkness. And just sit in that beautiful warmth and presence of being the center of everything. Everything that orbiting around you. Being the creator of your universe. With no obligations, with just presence of being. Just presence to shine. There's nothing you need to do. There's nowhere you need to go. It's just that power of being stable, steady, and giving the light that drives all the orbits around you. Drives all the asteroids and planets and constellations and events and people. But you are in the center of it. With the strength and power of the sun, of the star that you are. So just breathe in deeply and breathe out with acknowledgement that your universe is where you belong. Everything is you, and you are everything. And just think what comes up for you in that moment, any word or phrase or thought, and just observe it, and with no judgment, whatever it is for you. And today we will finish with a humming to bring that energy, and you can use it throughout the week. So humming that can calibrate you into that energy of being the universe, being the sun, being the center of your projection and your planets around you. So how do we do the humming? The humming is that tremble sensation in with your sound that makes you feel go in. So we take a deep breath in, and then we do and you can decide on the sound that you feel is right for you. It could be it could be it could be whatever humming it feels right for you, you attune to it. But let's do it 3 more times. So deep breath in. And another deep breath in. deep breath in. And just feel your presence, and thank you all. Today I will post this recording on the platform, and I know I've been going through the planets very fast. So, and that was the intention, to actually start like a fire horse, you know, rushing through, and naming intuitively. So now you can go back into this recording and go deeply into each of them and pause recording and stop and see what is that value, what it is for me. So it is a very expensive practice that could go for a long time of processing and reflecting, and if you have questions and you want to go deeper, please reach out to me. So this year you need to focus, you know, with the fire horse and that beautiful energy that you can use when you're in your center, when you're in your power, when you're the light. So it's intention and focus is always present for everything that we do. But Diana is asking, do you mean we have to be intentional this year about focusing on things? It's about understanding what's in your universe. Where are you shining your light, and not leaking? Because you're using that fire horse energy to shine and activate anything that you want to be in that universe of yours, in your constellation of life, in your solar system of life that you create. And present yourself as the sun, as a shining star that creates the movement for all the planets to orbit around you, not the